Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's annual conference. I am so thrilled to have all of you here with us today. Moments of Impact Transforming Organizational Culture.
Flexibility to me really was the ability for our employees to have what I refer to as work-life integration. It means being able to be productive both at work and in your personal life, and enables people to bring their whole self to the workplace.
I think the thing that made it successful at our firm was high-level leadership communicating over and over again that this was in fact part of who we are. This is the reality of what work is going to look like. And if we want the best people and we want our clients to be well served consistently with people who aren't rotating out of the firm, people are going to need to embrace this.
The program was developed as a means to wind up allowing people to have the time and perspective and consistent with our general approach as a firm, where people have lives outside the firm and feel comfortable bringing their lives to the firm. I make a tremendous amount of time and lead through my deep belief in the well-being of our people, both mentally and physically. There's no greater responsibility that we have, and that means all of the different benefits that we give, the sabbatical just being one of them, being not lip service, but rather something that we don't only owe, but also benefits the business over time, because good people who feel good about the support that the firm provides them give us their best work every day.
Systems and structures in the ways in which we need to transform our cultural norms and our ways of understanding who's good and who's capable and where innovation comes from and creativity comes from, because to me, that's what we need in order to have not just a better, more profitable, more relevant organization in the future, but one that is just, and one that is caring, and one that acknowledges the rights of all humans.
But it really gets down to treating people with respect and dignity, respecting diversity, respecting that they all have a contribution to make, and treating them, as you would like to be treated. Everybody who comes to work is someone's precious child. So what right do we have? My purpose was driven by a statement that I read from the Dalai Lama 23 years ago. It formed the foundation of my thinking. And the Dalai Lama said, our purpose in life is to make people happy. If we can't make them happy, at least don't hurt them. And people today, either intentionally or because of blind spots in companies, hurt people. So they should keep that top of mind.
That flexible schedule is just so instrumental in a successful career, which is challenging when you have children and, a big caseload.
To me, the overall message of Flex is this: you have the power to be creative, to make your career fit you, something that not only sustains you financially and intellectually, but recognizes the other things that you are: a parent, a caretaker, a philanthropist, a mentor.
I feel really lucky to work with her and to know her, and also to play a part in helping her achieve this balance that so many professional women, including myself, are continually striving for.
When I was a law student and starting out with the recruiting process, I could never have known that the single most important factor in whether I would be at the firm I was choosing 10 years later would be whether I could succeed and excel on a flexible arrangement.
I do believe that the ability to balance my home and my work life has made me a better mom, a better lawyer, and just in general a happier person.
The opportunity of the pandemic is that we've proven that thanks to technology, flexibility works. We can be highly productive communicating this way, using video-enabled technology. And we need to think about this moment in time. I think I'm hearing more and more, particularly from men who are more traditional in their approach to things, that everyone always had to be there and had to see them right in front of me to believe they're working. I'm hearing more and more ahas, like, wow, not only does this work, but I don't mind it either as a male executive not having the long commute or having more time for other things.
There's no longer a question of can we, it's a question of how will we. And I think that the conversations we've had have really been focused around our people and the needs of our people. Everybody always is talking about a war for talent. I don't particularly like that term, but it is competitive out there. Even in this environment, people are looking to make changes, and we are looking to hire the best people. And one of the ways that we can do that is to make sure that they are comfortable with their work environment, that their work environment suits their individual needs.
The COVID thing will pass. I'm not sure when that will be. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, I don't know. But when it's gone, we will still have some sort of a hybrid, much more flexible, which is obviously what we're here to talk about, work arrangement, because we've proven that we can do it. And the fear factor of a flexible work arrangement is gone. We have maintained from the very first and will a reasoned neutrality position in terms of if you don't feel safe, if you don't want to come to the office, you don't have to tell us why. Just don't come to the office. And that's been very well received by everyone in the law firm. And it's as long as you can get the work done, coordinate with your team, and maintain the client relationships, we'll figure out a way to make it work.
I think there's a lot to talk about in terms of accountability, right, for diversity and inclusion, and how you're holding people accountable within your organization. And I love things like the Mansfield rule, because you have actual metrics that you can use around who you're inviting to the table and who's being interviewed and who's being offered jobs and, what percentages, all of that. And I think that's great.
We have a unique opportunity right now to make the workplace better than we found it for everybody. And that's going to require a couple of things. As I mentioned before, self-advocacy. We all have a voice. We just have to decide how we want to use it. The next part that helped me later on was building my squad. I realized that success is not a solo sport, and I needed some people on my team to also show up for me.
Today will only be valuable and create the kind of change we need to do and see in our organizations if you make that change happen.